representatives from the two worthy causes that we are supporting, and they'd like to say a few words. So we'll start with Mercedes. She's the representative from St. Vincent de Paul.
The names of the children's Need in School lunch is provided to us through teachers, community leaders, and parents and the parents themselves. From the first day of school this term, we had lunches ready even before we had numbers and names, and 57 children in St. Mary's alone were fed. Community leaders had already visited families, and we had 29 other students in Namaka Public School, Arias Amash, San Beto College, Masimasi Primary, Nandaribato District School, and Botualevo Public School. We are now in the 8th week of school with another 3 more weeks to go. And we have 190 students being provided lunch 3 days a week. To date, we have prepared and served more than 3,000 school lunches across 10 different schools in the Nandi urban and rural areas. This has only been possible with the generosity and support of private donors and volunteers who assist in preparing the meals week in, week out, and corporate donors like Ramsami Eggs, Hot Bread Kitchen, Crest Chicken, and now including all of you here tonight. On behalf of the St. Vincent de Paul Society School Lunches Project, we're extremely grateful to Mrs. Burness and South Sea Orchids for putting this evening together, Binaka Bakalevo. And thank you very much to all of you present here tonight for supporting this fundraising on our behalf, which will go towards lunches for the next term, which is 12 weeks long. Thank you very much.
Since the Pacific was first discovered in the early 1500s by a Spanish explorer, Bilbo, till the late 60s, the Pacific was always referred to as the South Seas. Hence the name, South Sea Orchids. The 70s era introduced newness, the Osborns and the Jackson 5. South Pacific became the new buzzword, but it was too wordy. South was dropped to be Pacific, and today our part of the world is known as the Pacific. And we start with the orchid tale. Chinese immigrants to Hawaii centuries ago introduced orchids with the earliest recording of the exotic flowers in bloom in the late 1800s. Hawaiian scientists in the sugar and pineapple business, which were the two great Hawaiian exports at that time, traveled globally to undertake research for sugar and pineapple. But in the process, they also took an interest in the growth of wild and indigenous orchids, taking it to Hawaii, from a lot of it from the Pacific, to catalog and study it, becoming experts in the business. So today, Hawaii is the Pacific capital for orchids, and where we begin our tales of the South Seas. Tonight, we will first dance the traditional kahiko by telling the tale of Maui, the demigod, who pulls the moon and favors the orchid over all plants in the South Seas. Presenting Na Hananuia Maui, we say, Aloha! Aloha!
you all for attending this evening's fundraising event. All the proceeds from tonight will be shared with the St. Vincent's de Paul, and the funds that will go to St. Giles will be used to it will be used for the Patients Comfort Fund. So that basically helps with the rehabilitation of all our mental patients at St. Giles Hospital. And just as an aside, I'd also like to point out, since COVID, we've got volunteer counsellors out there. I've already spoken to a few people who will be organising anyone who would like to receive counselling. It can be done on a one-on-one basis or in a group. So if you do know of anyone who does need a little bit of assistance, please reach out to us. There's Mullins at Tandra Flowers or myself. You can always contact me at the Fiji Orchid, and we'll be happy to assist. I'd also like to thank Aileen Burness for providing the venue. Thank you for your support as always, and thank you to everyone for attending this evening. Good night.
Far away from Fiji, Ratu Walesi wrote a song about his Malaya, comparing her beauty to that of a beautifully landscaped garden, full of lush, vibrant, colorful flowers, similar to that of South Sea orchids. Malaya never traveled to Hawaii, because of why we are here tonight. She stayed on in Fiji to raise their 6 children. Tonight, Malaya's granddaughter will dance a tribute to her grandmother, who, like the many of those who can relate to her, suffered heartbreak and depression. Vika Rakatia, Ni Radule, dancing to Solo's cover version, Niunda Raiva, Na Ve Senikau.
Now
the high volcanoes north of the kingdom are close to Samoa. So many of the species found in Tonga are native to Samoa too. However, Tonga, floristically, is recognized as being a part of the Fijian region. Performing for us the Tongan Taulunga to Whakawhiawhia, we say, Malo Lele Tonga. Malo Lele Tonga. Performing the Samoan Siva with a medley of La Yuhani and Fa Leola, we say Talofa. Let's do that again. Talofa. been a part and a snippet of Tales of the South Seas tonight. We have been blessed with your generosity and presence. So too, mental health and the St. Vincent de Paul Lunch Initiative. We welcome feedback as we fashion our Tales of the South Seas to become a feature as a vintage group dinner venue with entertainment offering for Nandi when it turns back to normal. We need your help with it, so please, I saw some of you taking videos. Please post it on Facebook, and please use our hashtags, South Sea Orchids, hashtag Tale of the South Seas, hashtag Orchids. Please tell your friends, your family, your work colleagues. And friends and families of South Sea Orchids, tonight, our final performance, we invite you to be a part of it for Fiji. In memory of Ratu Walesi, please join us with his beautifully composed and ever popular toe-tapping hit, Bula Malaya.